Hi guys, a very good morning from Singapore, from Carryonharry Studios. This is your talk show host, Johal. Well, it's early morning here, and I've got a lot of things to talk about on my up close and personal blog with you all guys. It's my heart-to-heart communication with you. Nothing planned, nothing written on the piece of paper, but just like, if something I feel like sharing with you all guys, I feel that it's an honor for me that you have taken out a few minutes out of your life. You have come over here to listen what Harry has to say today. Well, guys, these days, as usual, I am in touch with a lot of uh, inspiring people. There are a lot of books that I'm reading simultaneously. I just read a couple of pages of one book and try to absorb it, and then I switch to the next one and I try to absorb it, and I absorb it, I try to learn it so that I can share with you all guys. And these days I am highly impressed with the two personalities. One is Randy Gage, whose program I am viewing these days on video. In fact, yesterday I tweeted to Randy and that I really loved his video, and it's an honest confession that if really there is something worthwhile, then definitely it has to be given as a feedback. And I told Randy about it and I got a response from him. Thank you very much, Randy, and probably I will be sending you this video as well on your Twitter. The second personality is a book written by my guest Amy Collette. She has written a book called Gratitude Connection. It's a wonderful book. There are a lot of other books which I have read about gratitude, but these days I am following some of the teachings of Amy Collette in her book Gratitude Connection. And I would recommend that not just listen to the show on Carryonharry Talk Show at carryonharry.com, but at the same time I would recommend that if you really want to learn something good, then I think this book is a wonderful book which gives you a step-by-step process about how to admire life, what are the steps. So I'm just enjoying my thing. And another common thing which is happening these days is that Randy Gage mentioned about having a perfect day. In fact, he credited that whatever things that he have achieved in his life, it started somewhere with this tool called having a perfect day. And after listening to that for a couple of days, I was thinking about it, that it's a very good idea that we normally get sometimes confused about what sort of things we really want to have in our day. As like when we are having our lunch or dinner, we pick out the things. Okay, today I want this thing on my dinner plate. But at the same similarly, we are looking for some good things to be having in our day. And it's something which we are aware about, but but we are not consciously trying to find out what exactly are we looking for. And Randy made a very good point that having a perfect day was a kind of a journal that he used to write and think about and visualize about how his day will be starting. And coincidentally I was going through the book by Amy Collette and Gratitude Connection, and today, this morning itself, once again I read a chapter called Having a Perfect Day. So since this thing has come to my mind twice, means it has how to say, I would say that law of attraction and universe have placed this thing in front of me in two or three times in last few days. So that means somewhere I feel it that if the life has responded in this way, that this thing has come to me from these genius minds, then I should really think about it. So probably I'll be including this also into my practice, what kind of day I should be having, which I would call perfect, like having a perfect cup of coffee, talking to you all guys. So this is something I would be looking forward to. And another thing I want to share with you all guys is that this is out of the topic a little bit. That yesterday I was listening to another video on YouTube. There are a lot of motivational videos, and I found that it was, something, which was going, out of track of, what I really wanted in my life, because that perfect day thing was really tinkling in my mind somewhere. So then I asked myself, should I analyze myself and see what exactly I want, and whether this thing which I am listening, whether it really fits into my plan. And I found that, I was getting information upload. So I took a full stop pause, and I in a way, prepared a sort of a map. This is a sort of a map where I have, planned, this is myself, and my financial goal, my family goal, my lifestyle goal, my networking goal, my spiritual goals, my adventure goal, my very personal goals, my contributory goals, my educational goals, my career goals. So I prepared this, a map about myself, asking myself few questions. What exactly, Harry, do you really want? And, where your life is, and do you need to, expand further and, grab some more information about some things. So somewhere, I gathered myself, I prepared a nucleus on this paper about myself, the things that I really want. So this map will definitely, be a sort of a guide for me for next, days. I will be keep on improvising it and adding a few more things, but it really helps to understand where exactly you are and where you really want to go, and what all things that you will require in terms of financial goals, personal goals, family goals, contributory goals, educational goals, career goals, very personal goals, and adventure goals, fun goals, all those kind of things which you really want to incorporate within your life. So I think this will also help me to plan my perfect day. Now when we talk about perfect day, my idea of a perfect day, how do really I want to plan. If anybody of you also want to plan, my idea is that what time I want to wake up, and when I wake up, what sort of mindset should I have. Like when I wake up, I should feel that I am surrounded with loved ones, and my family members, my wife, my kids, and my loved ones are around me, my relatives are around me, and and when I wake up, I have got something interesting to remind myself about last evening, what good thing happened, and or what good thing which I really learned about, and get a reflection back. And then once I wake up, I grab what I love, my coffee, as I told you earlier. I know that Randy Gage won't be very much happy about it, because he said that water is a very good thing and we must avoid a couple of things. But anyway, Randy is fine. So I love coffee, so I am just enjoying it and sharing my thoughts with you all guys. So designing my perfect day would be, I step up, and then after that, I while I am having my cup of coffee, I hooked on to some kind of a positive program. Let's say something related to travel, like visiting an exotic place, or let's say I'm very fond of home renovation. I'm fond of having a very nice cozy home, very neat and tidy, so that's why I love to watch HGTV, where there are buyers and sellers, and they are showing nice homes, nice renovation goes around, how they are transforming a previous home into a new one. Those kind of things are very uplifting, very inspirational. So watch the television for let's say next 20-30 minutes, and raise my vibration, my thoughts and my mind to those kind of things, which puts me into more on a fun imaginative mode, and probably uplift myself, admiring the beauty around my house, the greenery, the nice weather. I love the sunny weather. I also love rains, but I love the sunny weather, the blue sky, the clouds. It really makes me feel that, oh wow, it's full of life, it's full of inspiration, and that the bright sun. Once I just see the bright sun, it really makes me feel very, very happy, that that it's a wonderful day. Apart from that, I love to put my learnings into practice. Let's say if I have read about that we should practice some positive affirmations. So I really talk to myself and say that, oh, what a wonderful day it is. I'm really feeling good. I'm really feeling great. I'm really feeling good in health, and it's so inspiring. And before I step into my studio, if I don't have a recording that particular day, I make sure that, my mind is, resonating at a certain high vibration, which makes me feel, do something good. And even if I don't do, like right now I'm sitting in my media room, and I see, on my wall there's a caption written Carryonharry Studios, Singapore. I really love, I really love that, I am, managing a studio from Singapore, and I come across so many, diverse-minded, personalities who are so much immensely blessed and talented, and they have got so much of, learnings in life, and they come and, pour their life out on my show. Within those 20-30 minutes, we, get a glimpse about, what they went through and how they really, uplifted their life into. So it's so much of inspiring, So that, once I connect to my guest, I don't feel that my guest feels that, I am not really excited to know about their life. So this really, makes a lot of difference to me, because after all, they have taken out time, my listeners have taken out time, so everyone want to enjoy. Unless I enjoy my talks with them, it really doesn't makes sense of honesty within my own self. I don't feel like that I am honest to my audience, I am honest to my guest. So I have to resonate at similar kind of a vibration that the person feels really excited about it. And moreover, I love my talk shows. I love media. It's been a passion for me, not just few years. I've been associated with freelance media for last, I think, 15 or 18 years or so. Actually, I started quite early. I was editing a magazine at the age of 16 years. Once I just did my I was out of my high school. I started a small magazine. I was very fond of writing about films, because I was a film buff from very childhood. I had a huge, immense knowledge about Indian cinema in my head, and I really wanted to pour it out, and I always wanted to become somebody. That's why a very long time back, even one of my colleague who was somewhere sharing the burden of editing my magazine, we decided that why don't you interview me, being an editor, what are my aspirations, since I had also worked as a child artist in a couple of movies. It's like a Bollywood movie, and it got released. I've done some other things which I will talk about it some other day. So the title which I put of my interview was Born to Shine. I always had this passion that I want to do something big. I want to do something which is really uplifting for myself and for others. Born to Shine still always reminds me of those dreams. As a child, I used to I think I was very young, 4 or 5 years old. I used to tell my mom I have an island, and it's surrounded by sea, and it's very beautiful. There are so many beautiful cars. I used to flip around the car magazines, and I used to tell my mom, this car belongs to me, this house belongs to me. Those kind of visuals I was having since my childhood days. And you see, the law of attraction, I did not know at that time. In 2006, I came to know about law of attraction when I read the book Secret. I saw the movie Secret. But I had been doing all these things, since my childhood. And you see, my destiny brought me here in Singapore, which is surrounded by UCC. And it's a beautiful country. It's with beautiful people. And there's a lot of greenery, a lot of, skyscrapers are there, nice roads are there. It's a beautiful country. And I think whatever I used to tell my mom in those days when I was 4 or 5 years old, everything I saw, somewhere in Singapore, and I had opportunity also to visit to US. I saw a couple of states over there, London, some parts of Europe also I went through, and some places at Southeast Asia. So all these things, somewhere I had described to my mom in my childhood, and media was my passion since childhood. That's why I think, I'm not the sort of a guy who will, just sit and, wait for an opportunity to strike. That's why I always stepped into something of doing of my own. I started a website long time back called Newsmaker, which I gave up for some reasons. And then after that, I diversified myself and founded a radio station, online radio station. I think was the first online radio station back in 2003 called Balle Balle Radio. It's still running, balleballeradio.com, and it's a trademark of mine, and I'm the founder of that. I have